Is Mr. Hill. Gentlemen, thank you for voluntarily coming before the committee, and we're grateful for your 86 years of combined service in uniform to this country, the country that you love. And to our Gold Star families, we're here for you. We're here to conduct oversight in your name to get to the bottom of this disastrous outcome after 2 decades in Afghanistan. And for me, it's a source of great disappointment because I do think our nation is less safe the way we exited because of the precedent that set and the signal it sends to our adversaries around the world. And I think it was a mistake by the president to exit in his method, also as it relates to our ability to support our allies in that region. General McKenzie, I was really struck with your opening comments. And this follows lines of Congressman Sherman's questioning about playing a little bit of the game between the Trump administration and the Biden administration. But you made a very good point in your opening comments. You said that you briefed President Trump in June of 2020, and that there had been I took it to be a DOD and state comprehensive exit. So military exit, State Department exit, our strategic Afghan partners exit, and then obviously American citizens exit. Is that true that took place in June of 2020?
The plan I briefed on 3 June 2020 to President Trump accommodated the number of people that were at the embassy, accommodated the number of citizens that we knew were in Afghanistan, and projected number of Afghan at-risk people. It was not a plan that was coordinated with the Department of State.
Right.
But it did reflect the capacity to bring those elements out.
So that got me considering, and that was from DOD's perspective, what it would take to accomplish those 4 goals. Good. So then subsequent to that, between June 2020 and the inauguration of President Biden, did state and DOD work to fine-tune a joint approach to accomplishing the goals of the June 2020 brief?
No, nothing substantive was done. They maintain a NEO plan that we've talked about before. We continue to refine our plan going forward to account for the reduced numbers.
Right, and of course, General Milley just testified to that a few minutes ago about his conversations with Secretary Esper and coming down to
That's correct.
The Christmas and then January number on the military side. So that implies then that upon being sworn into office, that President Biden and his advisors took the decision to get out completely. When was the first time, General Milley, that you were told that the president had taken the decision that we're going to exit completely from a planning point of view, not the date you agreed to, but just from a planning point of view?
Yeah, that was, well, he announced it on the 14th. If my memory serves me right, I think I was informed on maybe the 11th.
Right.
Something like that, but it's just prior.
So upon that announcement, would you say that the Department of Defense and State began a coordinated effort to accomplish the goals of the June brief to President Trump, or was there no effort to get, as you both talked about today numerous times, both departments, State having the preeminent role on exiting the nation, and DOD a subordinate role?
It was a coordinated effort, coordinated interagency effort led by the National Security Council, and we did what's called a TTX, or a rock drill, a rehearsal of concept drill on 8 May. And there were several of these type things. There was tons of coordination being done, but the fundamental flaw, the fundamental principle was to, or the decision was to leave a diplomatic presence, leave the embassy there. And that is leaving an embassy in a war zone while simultaneously withdrawing your military forces. We strongly thought at the time that the embassy should come out and that it was not tenable to keep an embassy in a war zone. So we thought they should be coming out.
Thank you for that. Let me switch subjects to this subject of equipment owned by the Afghan National Forces. At any time during that planning, from the early Trump planning in June 2020 until spring of 2021, was there a contingency plan to, as you saw the situation could deteriorate, to also disable the fixed ring, rotary wing, or larger artillery pieces that were belonging to the Afghan government?
I'll let General McKenzie speak to the specifics, but yes, we disabled as much equipment that we could prior to departing.
But on U.S. equipment, I'm talking about the equipment belonging, you testified a few minutes ago,
there
the
was some
distinction between, also Afghan government?
Some of it. Yeah, I'll let Frank talk to the details of
So
it.
the Afghans were using that equipment. So we, in order to allow them to use it, we didn't disable it. I would tell you at places like Kia, at the airfield, where there was Afghan equipment there after we established the perimeter, we did in fact destroy all that equipment. It'll never be useful to anybody.
Yield back, Mr. Chairman.
Gentlemen, to yield, I just want to announce the White House and congressional leaders have agreed to grant 12,000 special immigrant visas for Afghan nationals who assisted the United States. It will be in the State Department Foreign Operations Funding Bill. I think that was certainly supported by me and the ranking member as well.